Hi, my name is Ty Hudson, president of TySoft LLC. I am a software engineer for 12 years now professionally, and I have built some software that I'm going to demo off today. So, just as a first run, let's go into what I have built right now, and this is just to get it out of full screen mode. It's just app.drccpro.com, which is the web app virtual terminal currently. So just for the sake of making it a nicer experience, I'm just putting it into full screen mode. The first thing you're going to need to do is log in. Maybe that's my password. No, wrong password. And then you're gonna get a text message, and that's the two-step authentication process to get in to make sure you are who you say you are. So 7243. And the first thing you're going to come to when you come into the virtual terminal is, and just let me hide myself really quickly so you can see the top part as well, so you can see that you're not missing anything up there really on that part of the screen. So, it just has the username up here, some stuff that doesn't work just yet, but your settings, your profile, any new messages, just a lock screen and a logout is going to be here. The logout does work. No logo even up here, so people and clients are going to be able to upload their own logo that will go there, right? And then you'll be able to change these colors, the base colors, if you want to, some different themes. But the reason why I do have the camera on here is because I do have physical devices here. So this right here is the Z1, and I'll get into that stuff later. This one has a touchscreen, a pretty decent processor, and a receipt printer on it. It does the swipe, the chip, and the touch, Apple Pay, and Google Wallet. And then same thing with the Z1. This is the mobile device, and you might have seen this in other videos or another video that I posted. And this is simply same technology without the receipt printer, and just a nice long-lasting battery that can be recharged and then last 6 to 8 hours, I would say, with normal use. So what we do have is first we have a multi-location dashboard. So you're going to be able to see all of your retail locations here in this dashboard, and then the last batch or the current batch that they're on. If you know anything about merchant services, you know that every day is generally a batch, or periods of the day are batches, and then you can choose to settle up those transactions if you want to. Now, if you don't have multiple locations, this doesn't look super cool to you and is not really useful. So I can also demo off just having, with the change of a config, changing the location to my Z11, reloading that, and then just seeing that now on location 1, I have my Z1 and my Z11. So you can have multiple devices in the same shop, like maybe you have a front checkout counter or a back checkout counter or a front bar or side bar, whatever your business is and your needs to collect credit card transactions. I believe that we can, for the most part, 80% of the industry right now in merchant services we can handle. So what we can do here is it's just a really simple walkthrough. And actually I have transaction details on here. It's only 3 steps. So let me take off the thing that I'm not even going to talk about is the customize and custom fields here. I don't need to, and we'll turn off these so that when I come back to the start transaction, it's just 1, 2, 3, easy. And you can start by noticing that if I was going to hit next, Oh wait, I can't because I need to select a customer or at least put in a first, last name, and phone number to create a customer. So I will do video demo. Let's do demo, not test. And let's say it's 765 405 0098, which is the business line. And email is, if I can spell support, at tysolve.me. Perfect. And let's just look up the a random place on the map. So I'm going to type, 487, and based on my geolocation, we have addresses popping up in Richmond, Anderson, Alexandria, Newcastle, and another Anderson. Cool. Let's choose the Newcastle one. Fine. So now I've made a customer. If I go back and or start the process over again, you're going to see that, I have a video demo. And I can select that customer again. But his last name isn't demo anymore. It's, video edit. And so I hit next, and you're going to see that video edit is now the name of the card holder, right? So, video edit. And it fills out the card. If we were to take a credit card over the phone and tokenize that, we can do that here. So let me get up some cards here, developer.clarent.com, and let's go into test cards, and we'll just show this working right now. So if I wanted to put a Visa in here, I put a Visa in here, and that changes the graphic and the display. It also, is going to handle MasterCard, American Express, and notice that these have changed, right? Like, American Express is less digits than a regular Visa or MasterCard. So that's cool to see that graphical user interface change for the sake that you can see it. And when you start typing in these numbers, mostly after the first four, it's going to know what type of card that is. So, you have a Discover card. Video edit. What's the month of that, right? And what am I on? Discover right now? It's 12/12 is the expiration. 12/20, sorry. And then we'll flip the card, do 996. Great. Perfect. Let's tokenize this card. And we should see somewhere, probably down here, that response, which didn't work. But I have the Discover card here now that I just tokenized as video edit 1220 and that number. So once that shows up, and or any other cards that work in person, which I'll show you this working, is next. We'll say video edit, their name, phone number, and their email address, and the amount that we want to charge them, $189.99. And we can just hit run transaction. And it came back and said business exception declined. The designation or, cannot be found for the routing number, which means this card number got tokenized, but the information on the card is not correct, right? But don't fret about this. That's just, part of the demo and testing. Oh, well, let's not use that card then. Let's use the Visa. And it is $1220.999. Tokenize that card. We should see it drop down and come into this. So now we have two tokenized cards. So that information is correct and does work and does tokenize a card. For whatever reason, I can look. We can't use that. So I'm still going to run this as virtual. So I put this on the Visa, comes back, declined. Okay, that's clearly not working. So, good thing for me, video edits in my office right now or in my practice. And they have their card on them. So what we can do is we can say, I don't want to select a card. I still want to use the Z1 Mobile, not the Z11. So I'm choosing my device here. And my locations would pop up too. So if I choose 2, I don't have any terminals under that anymore because I So you saw me change that. And I will hit the Z11, hit next. This Visa doesn't matter anymore. We will run the transaction, and it's going to light up this device right here. And I don't know if this is the best way to see this or how I can get this to work on the screen. And actually, let's wait for this to work. So now it's on here, and I'm trying to get a good angle here so you can see this. Oh no, the glare. So it's asking for $189. Okay, let's use this card to tokenize that. So I'm using the chip reader, and I'm going to run it as credit. I'm not even going to put in the PIN number, which is 1234. I'm just going to hit the green button and hit yes, because I'm saving paper. I can show this one working here in a second. Transaction is still going on here. It was approved on the device, and then it might take a second to come back, but it says, oh, success, ID transaction approved, and there should be an ID there. So this whole section right here is about to get redone and redefined in the sense that in the future, we're going to have a button here that has all of that transaction information so that it can be refunded or voided out. And then you can click Create PDF and then email and text message a link for the user, the end user, to get their receipt or their print off. Or they can have the receipt that just comes out of the machine. That works too. So now that that's gone through and we're good, we can come to reporting, right? So we're going to select our location. We're going to choose the Z11 or the Z1 mobile, and then batch 27, which is that last transaction. So we see that the invalid card went through, it declined and did not work, but we were able to come back through and collect that $189 and put that on the card through the device, and we've tokenized that. So let's say they're still in the office and, oh wait, you know, little Jimmy, he wants a couple pieces of candy and something else in there in the store, whatever, for an example. What we could do then is come back and say, okay, video, edit. I'm not going to put all that information back in again, but I am going to use that last Visa that you just used right there, the one ending in 0119. Next, and let's say he got a toy and something else and it's $18.99. Run the transaction. Transaction success, and done. So what's missing out of that little part is giving the receipt and the PDF. But we can come back to our reporting and see now that we have two transactions that went through. The $189 and then the $18.99 for the extra stuff or the upsells. And the customer did not have to put that information back in. It just is in the system because we've tokenized the card that goes through any of the devices. So same thing with me. If I want, and I can see this on my dashboard, I could then also say that, oh wait, you know what? Jimmy from 2 weeks ago is coming back in, and let's say it's the 23rd batch. Maybe not, because there's not any refunds to do. Jimmy's coming back in on batch 21, and we know that, you know, for the sake of argument, there's information here to tie this transaction to that customer and to the card that was used that we could look up. I need to build a little bit better, nicer user interface for that right now. But let's say, for the sake of argument in the demo of this, that I'm going to just hit refund on this because he's in store, one piece didn't work, or a box of contacts isn't what he wanted, but the full amount is $98. I'm going to refund this. And this is a matched refund that comes in and says, okay, the card that you used was ending in 0119 because that's my demo test card. It's a Visa. Its expiration date is 12/22. And then the amount that I'm going to refund is, it can be the full refund or less than that refund. And then it goes on the current batch. So let's say that it's just one, 18 $18.29. Let's go ahead and refund this. Okay, I refunded it, close that out, takes me back to the current batch, and now says, okay, you have 2 transactions now for $208.98. You then have a refund charge for $18.29 on a different card, and your total is $190.69 for this batch to settle if we were to settle it right now or be done for the day. What happens, though, is if we do not want any of these things to work or to be finished yet, any of these transactions here, we can void them out and then completely nullify any merchant services that would have, charges that would have happened. Now, if you run a refund or a matched refund, you're going to then see that as another transaction on your statement. And there's, obviously we'll get into more details with customers and specific customers when they choose to move forward with us. But let's say that refund wasn't right, and so I just want to void that out and get it off the books. So I hit void, it's gone. Maybe we should add in a thing that says, are you sure? And then say yes again. But one click refunds it completely and then just nullifies that. And basically makes it to that transaction and that refund or that void, it voids that out completely, right? So it's no longer even there. So right now, bare minimum, we have a dashboard with multiple locations and multiple devices on a location and the ability to close that batch out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that out. It says it's still pending on closing and settling. Okay, that's fine. I bet if we refreshed again, it would close. And now, if we went into the reporting, we could see that retail location 1, the Z1 Mobile, last batch 27, has now been done and settled, and you can see now that I can no longer void these transactions out anymore. They are going through and they have been settled and will be going into a bank account and hitting those cards next day. We can then open a new batch and refund these if that's not correct to put the money back on the card, but normally that's why you would leave a batch open for the day of business just for, deposit reasons and or settling batches. It's really up to the customer at that point. There is a transactions tab here which is going to allow you to search through all of your transactions and batches. So let's say I'm only looking for, and we know that the video edit is 1027. This should be an actual customer name that's concatenated and not an ID. That's part of the refining process that will be finished and complete in the next couple of weeks. There's more info on these that you could get, which gives you all of the info that's on there, like the card type, the card, last 4 digits of the card, the status of the transaction, and then billing and shipping information that would be tied with it, and an invoice if you were to put an invoice onto that, and what order ID it is. So you can, by typing, just say, I want 1027, and there's all that customer's information, which is the new test, or, 1017, which I believe is I think Jack Gill, and go through each one of these to then see those details, and then the additional stuff that's on the reporting tab that's more of just click through and find your information. This functionality will be coming over to that other user interface on those refining updates. So in short order to recap this, it's a very simple, bare minimum MVP product. We can take your credit card information and process your credit card transactions for your business today. We also have a REST API that allows you to have all of this functionality in your current software or applications as well. And we have some iOS and Android apps being developed right now in development which should be releasing within the next month or two. That's in general what this system is and what this does at drccpro.com, which stands for Doctor Credit Card Processing.com, is basically what it is. So thank you. If you have any questions, reach out to Jack, reach out to me. The business line is 765-405-0098. You can email me at ty@tysoft.me. And I look forward to not only finishing and adding more features to this product, but then also getting more of your customers or customers on board. So let me know. Have a good day.